So today we'll be looking at the introduction to accounting. The learning objective is understanding the different sector of the economy, understanding the main form of business organization within the private sector, and understanding how the accounting equation can be used and what is it represents. So the first thing is introduction. So the purpose of this is just to look at the different sectors of the economy, the public sector and the private sector. So the public sector is owned and controlled by the government. This covers all level of government, like local and central government, and it includes all the organization in which are funded by the taxpayer. The private sector is not as large as, say, 30 years ago due to successive government pursuing a policy of privatization, transferring organization from public to private sector. So you get a little mixture. And if we're talking about the UK, for example, the public sector activity in the UK includes the National Health Service and the provision of libraries. As in the Caribbean, we're talking, we have the government that deals with the schools, the health sector. Some Caribbean government deal with the communications, but most of it has been diversified where it's not fully controlled by the government. For example, Jamaica no JPS, they have to sign this. It's like a license being granted, so it's like it has some form of obligation to the government in terms of there are different rules, not rules, contractual agreement, such as how they will be billing the customers. But that soon that will be no more because based on what was tabled in Parliament, they'll be renewing the contract is in 2027, I think. So things may be changed, and some of this is to ensure that there is no monopoly within the organization. So let's start with the sole trader. So a sole trader is a person, either one person business, that means a person operates and owns the business, and they can also employ someone else, but technically a sole trader is an unincorporated business organization, and its legal status of the business is no different from that of an owner. So everything, any liability, any profit, any gains, anything is within the realm of that owner of the business. So it's normally a small organization, but are very common, mainly due to, it's easy to set up as a sole trader. You don't necessarily, as a sole trader, if your business is doing less than 50,000, you don't need to register it. But if there's plans for it to be earning revenue over 50,000, then you would register it. The next one is a partnership. A partnership are also an unincorporated business. Partnerships are owned between 2 to 20 persons. If it's more than that, it's no longer a partnership. Also, the limit and the maximum number of partnership are as per the Partnership Act 2 2022, where a greater number of owners potentially allow a greater contribution to the capital. So within the partnership, it is all related to the objective of the partnership agreement. Basically, that's what it is. So whatever the partnership agreement is, that's what the end result will be for all the rules and regulations are governed within that partnership. So what you will have is that within a partnership, there will be limited liability partnership, meaning that the whatever liability, a limited partnership liability, but they will enjoy a limited liability, which means that they allow the risk of selling personal possession. So you have to be careful. And if it's unlimited, then it is unlimited to what you will be selling to cover your liabilities. After that, you have the limited company. A company has undergone the process of incorporation. This means that the company exists separated from those who own it. So that is normally the better way to go. So what will happen here is that you will have your memorandum of association, articles of association. You'll go to your company's office, you'll get your company registered, everything. It have a different address from the owners of the company, so everything is separate. So the company can be sued or being sued, or can be sued or sued other in the company name, not the owners of the limited company. And the owners are known as shareholders. um What's the business objective? The fundamental objective of the business is to maximize profit. You go into business, or unless it's a non-profit, you're going to maximize profit. So how you're going to do that, you're going to ensure that your business is being run in a systematical way, where you ensure that your expenses does not exceed your revenue for a period, for a month, for a year. So that's how you're going to make a profit. Because if your expenses are exceeding your revenue, then you're not making a profit. And the end result is that a business, you go into business in order to maximize your wealth. So you don't go into business because, I want to be a businessman just to be a businessman. You're going it with an objective. And 99% of the time your objective is to maximize your shareholders' wealth. Okay, so that is it for this little section of it. This is normally this part of business is to of the subject area is just to identify the different types of business. So now we're getting down into some of the basic terminologies that you will be coming across, and this is something that you will use throughout the entire syllabus area. So the fundamentals of financial accounting, right? So in terms of your financial accounting and the introduction to financial accounting, these are the three important words that you will be learning from now on. And as you move on, you will expand on what each of them means more and more.